you will recall, if you've been with me for a few episodes, you may have listened to or come across something I mentioned about what drives me. And if you recall that there were initially, and in the book itself, Resilience, the Beauty of Presence, there were 4 aspects of that question to myself, what drives me, was addressed. It was, it still is, light, energy, money, and music. And then later, maybe a year and a half ago, those 4 were comprised or summarized into one word called currency. What drives me is currency. And then, but also, what didn't make the cut as far as what drives me was my not addiction, my interest in the game of golf. So why it doesn't drive me? The lessons and the value of that sport. I'm not good at it, but I enjoy the lessons that each individual shot teaches you, not just about that course or playing golf. To me, there's a relevance to life in golf. So also in this episode, or before this episode, I came across a book written by a lady named Miss Pia Nilsson, I believe. I haven't read the book, but the title was called Every Shot Must Have a Purpose. So I hadn't read the book, but I came across a quick summary, and that title of the book, Every Shot Must Have a Purpose, moved me to use that as a title for this episode. So I have used a golf analogy many times in other episodes. To me, it's about being present and remain present on the only one current shot in front of you in golf and in life, in this present moment. Meaning, my perspective and philosophy in resilience is there are no do-overs. There are no mulligans. You can't use your foot wedge out of the trees or out of that pond fronting the green. No, you can't do that. You have this one viable, truthful, and genuine shot on the golf course in the course of life. So taking that perspective kind of calls into question, well, actually answering the question of your personal integrity and commitment to honesty when no one's watching, when no one's looking. So that's the reason for today's discussion. While every shot you take in this life should have a purpose assigned to it, I want to offer a reframing on that statement. Everyone with a purpose has a shot to make. Everyone with a purpose has a shot to make in this life. Observe that and just consider that. The shot to take, the shot you will take, is just an output, an expression of what you need to do today, even in this moment. Perhaps many times over, and with varying conditions and urgencies each day, each present moment has its own conditions, own variables, different challenges. But the infrastructure, the foundational essence of what you need to complete or to continue the process of completing today is valuable. And that, to me, is a priority. The purpose and message that you should put your effort towards is that. The overall underlying purpose and message of you, not just the one shot. Yes, the present one to take has importance. Like, for example, when you're on that course in the par 4 and your drive made it into the fairway, you have a shot to make right now to get to the green. It's important. But if you're like me, when you flub it or shank it into the trees, it's disappointing. However, that was the shot you took, or that I took. But the infrastructure is still there with the intention and the process of moving forward. Yeah, even though that shank went backwards like 50 yards, still the interest is to proceed forward. We're going to have setbacks. All of us will have setbacks in this life. And me, on a golf course, happens more times than not. But it's with the maintenance and the sustainment of your applied knowledge and awareness and courage to observe and communicate. My purpose is the thing I want to remind myself of and remind you of. So even if this current shot that you are about to take with me in this conversation, if it ends up as a shank back into the trees that you just foot wedged yourself out of, the solid ground and footing and heart of your matter is in maintaining your purpose, continuing to deliver your message in your presence, no matter what type of marginal success or incredible failure you have just experienced. That shot that you just took is now in the past. This now is the only now moving forward. This is the currency of your presence. I'm asking you to give that a shot. I have described it to you from my humble perspective. It by no means is the answer for you. It's only a suggestion, an example, a quasi unstructured model, if you will, verbally, that I'm asking you to consider applying or testing and then going into the delete file right away because it doesn't apply to you. But I suggest to you, as I had many other episodes, even though we're just encountering each other maybe for the first time today, or maybe for a few times since the past, I'm offering to you a very microscopic mosaic image of you. Not that I reflect you at all or even resemble you in voice or image or presence, but underlying that, there is a commonality that I'm saying to you we do have in common. That quality, that how we were brought here. My statements, voice, intonation, enunciation, intention may be different from yours, but it's in the rubric, in the construct of the life, love, positive, and yes aspect that I believe we all have, and we get there through shared resilience. That's all I got for today. I hope that makes sense. This is the shot that I took. You took one with me today. I thank you once again. Until a next time, stay present, stay current. No matter where you are in this world, please remember, it is always 8:20.